Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my channel Psychology Facts. So today I'm here with another topic, and that is psychology and its definitions. Like how comprehensive definition of psychology has evolved. So before moving on to the topic, please subscribe my channel so that you can get latest updates. So the word psychology has been derived from two Greek words. Number one, psyche, which means self, soul or mind, and number two is logos, which means study or knowledge. So for the very first time, psychology has been defined as the study of soul. But definition of psychology has evolved in different eras. So let's discuss these definitions, that how these definitions has helped in the field of psychology, and see if any one of them can enable us that what psychology is and what it deals with. So let's move towards the definitions. So what was the first definition of psychology? Psychology was defined as, for the very first time, as a science of soul by Greek philosophers. But this definition has faced a lot of criticism by critics, and that were European, Greek and Muslim scholars, and they said that soul can't be observed, soul can't be seen, soul employs the theory of religion or immortality, and science is free from religious impact, and soul does not have physical entity. So, soul is non-scientific and non-objective. And this definition, that psychology is the study of soul, also got rejected because of its limitations. Now let's discuss what was the second definition of psychology. So, what was the second definition of psychology? Psychology was then defined as science of mind. And mind includes feelings, sentiments, sensations, consciousness and unconscious functions. Plato and Aristotle used this term mind for the very first time, and in 19th century psychology was emerging as separate discipline, and Wilhelm Wundt founded the first psychology lab. So he defined psychology as science of mental processes, and mental processes include cognition and affect. That include perceptions, beliefs, thoughts, ideas, thinking, understanding, and remembering. Wundt and Titchener also defined aspects of mental processes, and these are affect, behavior, and cognition. Affect means feelings, behavior means doing, and cognition means thinking. And cognition also involves consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness. According to Wundt and Titchener, psychology is the science of ABC. A stands for affect, B behavior, and C cognition. So if we want to understand someone's life or someone's personality, or to predict what that person is going to do, we must understand that what that person is feeling, what that person is doing, and what that person is thinking. Now let's discuss characteristics of mental processes. Mental processes are subjective, which means that they are very personal and no other person can directly judge them or observe them. Mental processes are active, without any gap. Mental processes are non-matter, which means that they are not made of any matter or substance like brain, but they have connection with brain, but we cannot touch them. Mental processes are continuous like a flowing stream. So we can say that mental processes are in a constant flow. Mental processes are complete unit. It includes memory, reasoning, thinking, and all different processes that are related to brain, and we can analyze them separately, but overall they are called complete unit. So what kind of criticism this definition has faced? Mental processes cannot be observed or seen. And a person can be aware of his mental processes but not of others. So here subjectivity is present, and animals, kids, patients can't observe their mental processes, and mental processes is in a continuous flow. So we cannot say that we have access to someone's mental processes because they are continuously changing. Due to some limitations, this definition that psychology as a science of mental processes also got rejected. Now let's discuss what is the next one. So what was the third definition of psychology? Psychology was then defined as science of consciousness. Consciousness basically means state of being aware of and responsive to one's surrounding. And John Dewey defined psychology as a science of consciousness, and William James called it stream of consciousness, which means a person's consciousness is in a constant flow. Now let's discuss the attributes of consciousness. Consciousness is personal, which means that not all individuals have same level of consciousness, and every individual vary in a conscious state, so it is personal. Consciousness is continuous, which means that we can shift our attention from one thing to the another, but conscious state remains continuous. Consciousness is changing. We have the ability to change our idea or concept and divert our attention from one thing to another, so it is changing. Consciousness is selective, which means that we can decide what we have to attend and to what or which thing we have to pay attention. And consciousness is active. Now let's see what kind of criticism this definition has faced. So critics said that consciousness is unscientific and it is unobservable. Patients, children can't analyze their conscious experiences, and there are three levels of mind: conscious, subconscious and unconscious, and this definition is focusing only on conscious level of mind. And psychology is a science, it can't be limited to consciousness that is even unobservable. So a person can easily understand this term but difficult to make understand other. So many flaws are pointed out by critics on this definition that psychology is a science of consciousness. So this definition also got rejected. Now let's see what is the next definition. So the fourth definition of psychology is the scientific study of behavior. And behavior means organism reaction or response to environment or to different kind of stimuli. And this definition got a lot of fame and popularity among people. And J.B. Watson claimed that psychology is the study of behavior and it is measurable. He introduced SOR formula. S stands for stimulus, O for organism, and R for response. So, according to this formula, stimulus elicits behavior in an organism. And other theorists like Pillsbury, William McDougall, and Thorndike also used this term for psychology. And Thorndike performed experiments on animals and humans and formed trial and error method. Pavlov and Skinner are famous behaviorists, and they made laws of conditioning, and this definition became dominated during the first half of 20th century. So what kind of criticism this definition has faced? There was more focus on overt or obvious behavior and not on mental processes. And Watson rejected the concept of conscious, subconscious and unconscious. And there was more focus on external world and ignored the concept of intrinsic motivation. As we can see that this definition has some flaws and doesn't cover the overall subject matter of psychology, so this definition that psychology is the study of behavior also got rejected. Now let's see what is the next definition. Comprehensive definition of psychology. as we have studied earlier that all definition have some flaws and all the definition does not cover the overall subject matter of psychology. So we can utilize the definition of behaviorist and by amending it and adding mental processing in it. So the comprehensive definition of psychology is defined as systematic and scientific study of behavior and mental processes. So this definition covers the subject matter of psychology. So behavior include all our actions that like walking, talking, eating, watching, laughing, etc. And mental processes include planning, thinking, and imagining. So science means systematic method to observe, describe, predict, and explain behavior. So now we have a comprehensive and final definition of psychology that we still use today, and it covers the subject matter of psychology. That psychology is the scientific study of behavior and mental processes, and this definition is accepted. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have learned from this video, please subscribe, hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.